Peace. Yeah. So, just another segment, you know what I'm saying, where I'm just talking random shit, you know what I'm saying? But you already know, I'm an iconoclast, you know what I'm saying? So, you already know what I'm finna address. I've been chewing this shit over for a little while, you know what I'm saying? And it actually started, I was watching an old battle between Loaded Lux and Calico, you know what I'm saying? And during that battle, the nigga Lux said some shit, you know what I'm saying, from out of Exodus, when you had the situation where Moses is trying to get Pharaoh to let, you know, the children of Israel go and worship out in the woods, you know what I'm saying? And Pharaoh kept saying, you know, at first he like, yeah, and then he turned around and say, nah. And he used the exact words, God hardened his heart. Pharaoh's heart. You know what I'm saying? You know what that means, right? It means that if God had not interfered in Pharaoh's decision, he would have let the children of Israel go, and then we wouldn't have had to have the plagues, the murder of all the firstborns, and all that other shit, you know what I'm saying? Which is God pretty much just needing a reason to show off his powers or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of y'all believers will tell me that God gave us free will, and that God never interferes in people's free will. Well, we know that's a lie, you know what I'm saying? Because in Exodus, you know what I'm saying, and we're not questioning whether or not right now, I'm not addressing the issue of whether or not the Bible is true or whether or not this God exists. We're supposing, for the sake of argument, that this God is real and that these events were actually historical. If that's the case, then what we have here is that there was a lot of unnecessary chaos and suffering, you know what I'm saying, just because this God y'all worship wanted to show, you know, his capabilities to the children of Israel so that they would act right, so that they would be afraid of him pretty much, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man, I find that a little strange, you know what I'm saying? It's like, why? What do you have to do that for? You know what I'm saying? You could have did it any number of ways, or why not just just let him have his decision and say, yeah, go on, just go worship or whatever. You know what I'm saying? In other words, what we have is a smear campaign against the Pharaoh, you know, where they trying to make it seem like this dude is a bad guy and the villain and all this, and also not to mention, so your God hardened his heart so that he wouldn't let the children of Israel go, so that he would have a reason to drown all of them. I mean, to attack Egypt with all of these plagues and everything. And then after that, he has the Egyptians pursue the children of Israel across the river or whatever, and then he drowns all of them. All of that could have been prevented. But no, he just gotta show off all his magic powers and all of this shit. Let me point out another instance of an issue of a violation of free will. The same one, you know, that y'all claim your God doesn't do these things. Okay, so we have the issue of Abraham, Sarah, and Abimelech. Interesting situation here. So Abraham and Sarah, you know, they kind of wandering around looking for somewhere to go and shit. And then they come into this one city, and Abraham tells his wife, Sarah, tell them that you're my sister, because these people don't have the fear of God in them. And he afraid that because his wife look good or whatever, they gonna kill him and then take her. You see what I'm saying? So they get approached. Abraham and Sarah, they get approached by some people from the city that happen to be like, I guess, like some of the King Abimelech soldiers or whatever. And, you know, so Sarah tells the lie and Abraham backs it up. So they take Sarah, because the king wanted her. Now you had this situation where, you know, Yahweh comes to Abimelech in a dream. He's in the bed with Sarah. You know what I'm saying? They ain't screwing or whatever, but Yahweh comes to Abimelech in a dream and he says, and you know, this is just an abridged version, paraphrase or whatever. You know what I'm saying? These ain't the exact words. You can look it up for yourself though. And he tells him pretty much like, bro, you fucking up, and I'm gonna kill you, and I'm gonna destroy everything near you because you sleeping with my prophet's wife. And Abimelech is fucked up. He like, man, I didn't know that you know what I'm saying, he told me, man, that was his sister. I didn't even know, bro. Like, damn. Like, why you gotta do all that? You saying the goodness of my heart, man. I wasn't gonna do nothing like that. So Yahweh says, I know, because I withheld you from sinning against me. Uh-oh. What do you mean by that? I withheld you from sinning against me. So what he play, like some type of, he used his magic and fucked with his head and made it so that he didn't want to fuck Sarah? That's interesting. Because for some reason, this same Yahweh is the same motherfucker who, he'd keep Abimelech from fucking Sarah, who is Abraham's wife, but he won't keep priests and all sorts of other pedophiles from other walks of life from fucking children. And this the motherfucker y'all worship, right? Really? Really? This is the all good God? This is the one y'all depend on to get y'all out of a bind? Really? Come on, man. But at the end of the day, like I say, well, I'm always say is, this shit's made up. You know what I'm saying? That's why we able to see all of these discrepancies and absurdities and contradictions and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because it was a bunch of dumb motherfuckers who wrote the shit to begin with. And y'all ate it up. You got some nerve talking about Jesus and God and all this. Y'all got some motherfucking nerve, really. You know what I'm saying? Y'all motherfuckers really need to read that book. This motherfucker don't violate free will. That's what y'all claim. Clearly, it's right there in the book that he does. And then if we look in the world of experience, we see people committing all sorts of atrocities. Why he don't intervene and change their mind through his telepathy or whatever, psychokinesis or whatever magic bullshit powers that y'all done made up and attributed to this mystery spook ass God that y'all worship and love so much, and that you trying to convert people like me to believe in or even to care about. Like, the motherfucker could still exist. I don't fuck with him. I know that much. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, hey, that was just some more random thoughts. You got something to fuck to say about it? Holla at me. Peace.